guys, it's Katie, and it is officially the end of the year, which also means it is the end of my reading for the year. This year I read a total of 27 books. My goal was 100 again, and I got like 30% of the way through. But I think I did read more books than last year. I think last year I only read 21 if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. So I mean, I'm pretty content. I did get through a lot of good books this year, and I'm going to show you all of them. These are just the stack of the books that I actually own. A lot of the books I read as audiobooks, which kind of helps get through some more books, so that's good. But I'm just going to share with you guys the books that I read. So I started off the new year by reading Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I listened to this one on audiobook. It was a really long book. I don't know how I really felt about it. I wasn't like, I don't know, I have a trouble with fantasy, and I think I should have just read it in the physical form. So I might reread that book and then read the sequel, but I don't really know if I liked it that much, but you know, whatever. So the second book that I read this year was Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. I was following along with the Dreg Society that Emma Books created this year to read the Shadowhunter Chronicles. Is that what they're called? I guess. The Shadowhunter Chronicles. And I'm happy because I made it through Heavenly Fire. I just have to read the new spin-off Dark Artifices, so yeah. But I was keeping up real good for a while there, but I really enjoyed this series, so I'm kind of glad that I finished it, or I got close to finishing it. I finished the main series. The next book that I read this year, I read on audiobook, and it was The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I vaguely remember what this book was about, but I do remember enjoying it, so there's that. The next book that I read kicking off for the new year was The Merciless 2 by Daniel Vega. I still have yet to finish this series, but I really did enjoy this. I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the first one, but it was so good. I read this as part of the biannual bibliothon at the beginning of this year. So yeah. The next book that I finished was Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. This was just a really quick read. It was nice and informational. So we got that in the bag, quick and easy book count. The next book I read was Finding Audrey by Sophie Kinsella. I listened to this one on audiobook during the readathon, and I really actually enjoyed it. It was about a girl with anxiety, and I don't know, really relatable, really good. And the next book I read was I See Reality, and this is just by various authors. It just had a lot of real stories. I have a book review for this that I still haven't uploaded, so you'll probably see that in the new year. But yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on this. It had a collection of short stories. They were all really good, really deep. You kind of saw some of my thoughts in the vlog that I did for this book, but yeah. And then of course I read Otherworld. I actually listened to this book mostly on audio, but I have the physical copy. I just bought the sequel to this, so I'm excited to read that because it was really interesting. And then the next book I also listened to on audiobook, and that was The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. That book was so good. I still have yet to see the movie. I didn't get a chance to catch it when I was in theaters, so I don't know if it's on DVD yet. But if it is, I need to buy it and watch it because it was so sad. But it was amazing too, so I want to watch that movie. And then the next book that I also read was There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. I listened to that on audiobook too. It was really creepy, but I liked it a lot. And the next book I read was Dear Martin by Nick Stone. This one I also listened to on audiobook. After listening to The Hate You Give, I was just kind of interested in some more moving YA books, so I read that. It was really good, really sad again. The next book I read actually in physical form, but I don't have it because my friend's borrowing it, and that is The Becoming of Noah Shaw by Michelle Hodgkin. I love Noah Shaw. I just bought The Reckoning when it came out, and I have yet to start reading it, but I need to do that. I just haven't had a lot of time to consume physical books, and I don't want to listen to it on audio because I bought the physical book, so I want to read the physical book. And the next book I read was City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare. Getting through that. Then I read Unravel Me by Tahada Mafi. I still need to finish this series. I just keep like putting it off, but there's literally like 2 more books left and I just need to read it. Then I read Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. The next book I read was Big Magic, Creative Living Beyond Fair by Elizabeth Gilbert. This book was actually really inspirational, really good. It kind of got me like super motivated. It had a lot of stuff kind of just about writing and living in general. I definitely recommend it. It's more of like a self-help book, but if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I definitely recommend reading it. It was really good, and it got me kind of just, you know, thinking and doing life stuff. Then I read this heifer of a book. This is It by Stephen King. I did not read it physically. I listened to it on audiobook. I think I read a couple pages and I was like kind of switching between it. But this is huge. I bought this book at like a thrift store, so it doesn't have a dust jacket, but yeah, it's bigger than my head. Then I read City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare. Read Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. Then I read volume 18 of The Walking Dead comics. I have the 3rd compendium bind up and I'm trying to get through that. Next I read City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. This poor book is ripped up. I think it's because I bought this on Book Outlet for like $3, which is a steal for this like $25 book. Then I read P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. Finally, I watched the movie and then I was in the mood to just read these books, and I'm glad I did because they're super cute, super fluffy, and I love them so much. Then right after that, I read Always and Forever Lara Jean because I just wanted to finish the series, so yay for finishing a series. Then the next book, I listened to a bunch of audiobooks the last like couple weeks because I've been kind of listening to them while I work. But I listened to Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda. I also want to see this movie. I didn't get a chance to see it in theaters, so I really need to buy it because I know for a fact that's out on DVD right now. But it was really a fun book. I liked it. I don't know. I've been like in a contemporary kick because I'm working on like a contemporary novel, so I'm just kind of in the mood for like light, fluffy, lovey things right now. I don't know why. Just am. And right after that, I listened to Leah on the Offbeat. I just kind of want to stay in that world a little bit. I didn't like it as much as I liked Simon, but I mean it was still fun. I just felt like Leah's character was completely different in her own head than she was perceived as by other people. So like, I don't know, her voice was kind of different and it was really, I don't know, it was kind of weird for me, but it was still a good book. Then I listened to When Dimple Met Rishi by Sandra Menon? Oh my god, I cannot say this lady's name. I'm sorry. I'm just not even going to try. But I read that book and it was really good. It was really cute. Yeah, I really liked it, but Rishi's character was kind of like a little much at times, but I don't know. It was really cool to kind of get just a unique perspective on like different type of person, and I like that it kind of took place during college when you're kind of just figuring out life and stuff. It was a little bit different than most YA books that I read. And then I finished out this year by listening to The Diviners, and I'm sad that it took me so long to actually get to this book. It's been sitting on my shelf forever, and it just took me forever to get to it because I don't even know why. I guess I didn't really know what it was about. But then when I actually read it, it was really good and it was so creepy. I'm actually kind of glad that I listened to it on audiobook because I feel like it was, had a different like mood to it than if I would have just read it. But I like that it had that 1920s vibe, New York City. It was really like, I don't know, it was really nice to read. And I really want to, I have the second audiobook on my overdrive, and I'm going to plan on listening to that soon. I drive like an hour to work now, so I've been killing some audiobooks, but that's not going to last forever because I'm hopefully moving soon so I can be closer to my job. But yeah, those are all the books that I read for 2018, guys. I don't know, it wasn't as much as I would have liked to read. One of these years I'm going to get to 100 books and it's going to be great, or at least get to like 50 or something. But yeah, it was funny because last night I was logging all my new books into my spreadsheet that I have where I keep track of like all the books I own. And my boyfriend's just like, why do you need a spreadsheet for all your books? And I found out that I have like over 500 books. It's a problem, guys. And my boyfriend was doing the math and he's like, so you average like 25 books a year. You have enough books to last you 14 years without buying a new book. So I guess I'm not allowed to buy a new book for 14 years. But on that note, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm looking forward to all the fun books I'm going to read in 2019. But yeah, comment down below. Let me know what you guys read in 2018. How many books did you finish? Did you meet your Goodreads goal? Yeah. I'll see you guys in my next video. So, bye!